Alright, so here we have a 2011 535 GT X-Drive. As you can see, I've disassembled the bottom portion of the motor, took out the oil pan, stuck a rag so that oil wouldn't drip. Now, as you might have guessed, this is a cylinder number 4. I took out the bolts out. I got the bearings out. The cylinder number 4 was making, or the motor, the engine was making clunking sounds. And felt like rod bearings. And I said, hey, if it's a rod bearing, there's a chance I might fix the issue by just replacing the rod bearings. There's a little more than the rod bearing that have failed. As you can see, this is a journal number 4, and you can see there's a big old crack right in the middle. Let me show you the bearings that I took out. I'm not sure if it's a bottom or top, but here's a bearing. Right, it's nice and juicy. It's all eaten up. I don't know if it's a top or a bottom, doesn't really matter. But you can see both of them are just so nicely shaved off. On one side, particularly on this side here, because this catastrophic failure has broken the entire crankshaft in half. Let me rotate the motor in the opposite direction so you would see what exactly I mean. I'm starting my rotation. Now watch the crack. Kaboom. Let me rotate a little more. Kaboom. A little more. Kaboom. Now, I'm assuming, I don't think it's an oil starvation problem here. In fact, there was plenty of oil when I disassembled the motor. There was little shavings inside the oil pan. Almost glitter. So nothing. I mean, as you can see, the journal is not really shaved off or scraped or anything. Just a little bit of a nick on top, which is not that big of a deal. But this entire crankshaft is junk. So let me go ahead and rotate the motor in the opposite direction. Watch this crack. Beautiful. Just beautiful. So you can see the left part of the crankshaft where I have my wrench is rotating, and since the crank is broken in half, the other part of the crank, cylinders 5 and 6, are trying to catch up with the front. And actually this crack, I mean, you can see it. There's a hole. I mean, you can almost put a finger through this beautiful crankshaft. Can't even rotate it, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, rotate it one more time. See, it says a BMW on it. Well, a few BMW engineers or whoever built this motor should be ashamed of yourselves. Should be ashamed of yourselves. This is really pathetic. I mean, heck, I know motors blow up. Rods go through the block. But having this, and it all makes sense. I mean, this is a cylinder number 4. The block is long, right? There was so much pressure building up in the cylinder that, in my estimate, the block had a flex. The block had a flex. And the crank just broke in half. I mean, you can see here that they're not even lining up. So probably this side or the front of the block, the front block, the front side of the block is somehow warped. That this here and that doesn't even line up properly. Yep, 2011 N55 motor with only 90,000 on it, so it's a 90,000 mile block motor, crankshaft, however you want to identify it. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. Well, have fun.